allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Commissioner Montillo.
Here.
Commissioner DiMaggio.
Here.
Commissioner Haggerty. Here. Commissioner Jarvis.
Here.
Mayor Jensen. Here. This is a regular scheduled meeting of the Board of Commissioners as advertised in the annual notice published in the Bergen Record and Star Ledger in accordance with Public Law 1975 and Chapter 231. The notice of this meeting has been posted on a municipal website and on the bulletin board in the municipal building and filed in the office of the municipal clerk. May I have a motion to have the scheduled bills be referred and sent to the Revenue and Finance Department for payment? Motion.
Second.
Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio.
Four.
Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Jensen. Are there any requests for corrections, amendments, or modifications to the meeting minutes of August 8, 2017? Any requests? Okay, then may I have a motion to adopt the meeting minutes of August 8, 2017? Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Jensen. The following ordinances for public hearing. Ordinance number 297017, an ordinance amending Chapter 2 entitled Administration, Section 2-2.4 entitled Rules for Decorum for Conduct of Public Meetings of the various general ordinances of the Township of Lyndhurst to add new subsection 2-2.4F entitled Video Recording of Township Board of Commissioners meetings by members of the public. May I have a motion to open the public hearing on ordinance number 297017? Second. Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Jensen. Are there any comments? Hearing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing and adopt ordinance number 297017 on second and final reading? Motion. Second. Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Jensen. The following ordinances are for introduction. Ordinance number 297117, an ordinance establishing annual salaries and hourly rates to be paid to certain employees of the Township of Lyndhurst not belonging to a collective bargaining unit, and amending ordinance number 293216. Ordinance number 297117 was already considered on introduction. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 297117 on introduction? Motion. Second. Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Jensen. Ordinance number 297117 was already considered on first reading. May I have a motion to set a public hearing for October 10th at 6 p.m. Motion. Second. Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Jensen. Ordinance number 297317, an ordinance to amend Chapter 7 Traffic, the revised general ordinances of the Township of Lyndhurst, Schedule 16, term prohibitions so as to add certain location and movements. Ordinance number 297317 was read and considered on introduction. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 297317 on introduction? Motion. Second. Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Jensen. Ordinance number 297317 was read and considered on first reading. May I have a motion to set the public hearing for October 10th at 6 p.m. Second. Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Jensen. I just skipped an ordinance, so I'm going to go back. Ordinance number 2972, an ordinance to amend Chapter 7 Traffic of the revised general ordinances of the Township of Lyndhurst, Schedule 7 Time Limit Parking, so as to amend new regulations for time limit parking on certain township streets. Ordinance number 297217 is ready to consider on introduction. May I have a motion to adopt ordinance number 297217 on introduction? Motion.
Motion.
Second. Commissioner Montello.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Russo. Ordinance number 297217 was ready to consider on first reading. May I have a motion to set the public hearing for October 10th at 6 p.m. Motion.
Motion.
Second. Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Russo. May I have a motion to open the public comment on agenda items only? Motion.
Make a motion.
Second. Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Russo. Are there any comments on agenda items? Hearing none, may I have a motion to close the meeting to public comment on agenda items? Motion. Second. Commissioner Montillo. Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Russo. May I have a motion to adopt resolutions number 1 through 13 on consent? Motion.
Second.
Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Russo. May I have a motion to open the meeting to public comment?
Make a motion.
Second. Commissioner Montillo.
Four.
Commissioner DiMaggio. Commissioner Haggerty. Commissioner Jarvis. Mayor Russo. Are there any comments on anything? Please come on up and state your name and address, please.
It's not a comment, it's actually, hi, this is Amani Mama Allah 311 Wilson Avenue. Just wanted to get any update regarding the ordinance that we discussed last month, the possibility of introducing the new ordinance regarding bird feeding regulation. Yes.
You recall at the last meeting, I indicated that I would work on the ordinance to regulate bird feeders and elements of our health ordinance. I said I would prioritize it.
Okay,
I did go away on vacation,
okay.
2 weeks.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I was immediately contacted by the attorney for your neighbor. And that attorney wrote a very detailed letter because they viewed my comments in your discussion with the Board of Commissioners and raised certain legal issues and constitutional issues. So without going into the legalities, I then demanded from the Borough of the Township Clerk to gather all the information related to this issue from the Health Department, the Building Department, Police Department, and such. So I've gathered that information. It's a lot of information for me to review. I do understand that there's some litigation. The township is not involved and is not intended. I intend to organize my thoughts, review these comments, review the files, and then we'll organize an ordinance that the ordinance has to be done in a way that would withstand any challenge. There's no sense in preparing an ordinance that's in doubt. So there are limitations to what we can do. I have to be flexible, and it has to meet the constitutional issues. I'm not going to go into the legal technicalities, only except to tell you that I have a package of materials at least 2 inches thick.
We have actually
You do.
bigger files.
Yes, because you have a history of litigation on different levels. We're not going to discuss your private dispute with these people, but I will review the law, I will research cases on this point, and I will craft an ordinance that I believe will be balanced, will address issues of health concerns, and will be a strong ordinance that will stand in the court challenge. That I hope to have in place for introduction at the October 10th meeting. But I have to be honest with you, I was away for 2 weeks. I'm turning 65, and my wife and I were celebrating my 40th anniversary.
Congratulations.
So, again, I know you're anxious, so am I, but I want to do this good.
Okay, so between now and October, anything we can do to help you, because
No.
maybe you heard his point of view, you received a packet from him, but we would like also, I'm sure Mrs. Haggerty came to our house and she viewed for herself
So did I.
all the issues.
So did I. I made a personal visit to the area because I understand your situation. It seems like there's a health issue to be dealt with. So I will draft the ordinance. Understand that I'm not influenced by another attorney, but I can be educated by another attorney. He has a legal position. I must analyze it. Analyzing it does not mean that I'm intimidated or that I agree or disagree. And you don't need to advocate your case. I think that you petition the Board of Commissioners that there's a serious problem, and the Board of Commissioners understands that. And it is. But I hope to have an ordinance introduced based upon the law.
That's good to hear, thank you.
I just would like to add one more thing. Whatever we already have in the health department is exactly what the new ordinance is. The only difference is if you have this ordinance, now it can be enforced by any inspector. Right now, you have it only under the health ordinance. So the only guy can enforce it is the health department inspector. Lyndhurst doesn't have health department. We have it from Bergen County. It's very hard to come. But if we have the ordinance, it can be enforced by the building department or the police or any official in the town. So it will make it easier just to be enforced. We don't want, it is exactly the same as whatever in the health department we already have. But if you put it in this way, it will be enforced by other people in Lyndhurst, like the police or the town inspector, versus it's only one inspector which it is under the health. Right now it's under the health ordinance and enforced by health department inspector, which Lyndhurst doesn't have one. We are assigned Bergen County, Ms. Laura Fargo.
Mr. Thomas, I understand what you're saying. If we had our own health officer or sanitation officer locally, and he had the enforcement capacity of the ordinance, it might be more enforceable.
Yes.
I understand that we have a compact with the county, and that you're dealing with the county health department, and you may not get the same level of service. What I would suggest is this. Given that you're involved in so much litigation, I presume that you may have an attorney.
Right.
If you have an attorney, if he were to communicate with me those concerns, I am happy to accept his comments, as I have received the comments of the neighbor's attorney. I am not your attorney. I am the attorney for the township. But if the property owner or resident or citizen has issues and their attorney is able to articulate in a legal format the concerns, I can weigh that. You're talking already about enforcement, and I haven't even drafted the ordinance that encapsulates this activity. So we have to define the activity. We have to find whether there will be a violation of that activity. And then we have to talk about enforcement, but I appreciate what you're saying to me.
Whatever you have is not more than whatever already we have.
Okay,
It's
so,
just more organized.
okay, thank you so much, but just to be sure I understood what you said, it's next month, by October, or next meeting, right? So there will be a possibility for using the ordinance.
That's my intention. It was my intention.
Thank you so much.
It was my intention to have it for this evening. I did say that publicly, so I'll say it again. I've been instructed by the board to look into this matter carefully and to look into it promptly. I did explain to you my vacation. I also had an interception by the neighbor's attorney sending me correspondence and such. But again, there are two, possibly three sides to every story. What we know is we can regulate this activity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other comments?
My name is Tobias, and I'm just presenting
Can you spell
as
your last name, please?
Gobieson.
And your address, sir? Your address.
At 295 Traverse Place. I just want to find out if Lyndhurst commissioners are aware of Amazon's new headquarters. They're trying to put in some other locations in Seattle, and they're looking at all these different cities around the country, and that's it's about a month that they'll take bids. I just wondered if the council was aware of.
What was it? What did you?
Amazon is going to put out a second headquarters.
Let me explain. Amazon has announced that it's going to open the second.
I didn't hear. I just didn't hear.
Amazon headquarters. Are you wondering?
I'm wondering if there's any attempt to try to bid for their location here in Lyndhurst, down in Meadowlands, which I'm looking at as being an excellent location.
Excuse me, I just want to give you this.
I was just wanting to let you know that, that they're looking for a place, and if you make a bid, I think it could be as competitive as anybody else. And we brought in like $1 billion to build up a headquarters, so I just wanted to point that out. I don't know if the Meadowlands Commission is looking at it, or they're making a bid for it.
We don't know what other agencies would be looking into this. Again, although you see the Meadowlands, much of it is privately owned, unregulated. Some of it is municipal property, some of it is owned by and controlled by the Meadowlands Commission. But we certainly are interested in high-quality opportunities like this. Again, with Amazon, we're not clear whether they need 100 acres, 300 acres, or 5 acres. We don't know.
Okay, well, some of the advantages is unutilized land in the Meadowlands is flat. You have the turnpike, the Garden State Parkway, rail lines, Route 3, Route 17, so as a communication zone. You have good weather for business year-round, otherwise Seattle has rain half the time. I used to live there for about 6 months, it's a lot of rain. Proximity to the financial center of New York City and Goldman Sachs in Jersey City. You can also play golf with President Trump probably at the golf course in Bedminster. Also proximity to the MetLife Stadium and the NFL publicity with flyovers and so forth. And they potentially could use the Xanadu Mall for experimental wireless. So there's a lot of things that I think that we have an advantage over other parts of the country. So that's why.
Back in the spring, we had met with a developer that was looking to purchase the Impact property, and Amazon. I don't remember if it was a headquarters or warehouse with one of the properties that they were going to look to put there. So that is part of the discussion.
Okay, that's what I'm pointing out.
I don't believe that property's been acquired yet. I don't think it's been acquired. I think it's still in attorney review.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Name and address, please. Speaking to the microphone, please.
My complaint is about Loomis Wells Fargo. Okay, just like to give you an idea of what we're working up with there. Originally, they would back the trucks up on the street, back to back, and transfer money back and forth to the trucks. All right? Now, in the last 2 years, I have complained over 200 times to the police department. They would have a guard outside the truck with his gun pointed. An officer in Lyndhurst is not allowed to do that. Okay. The second complaint would be, now they stopped doing that because of me complaining. All right. The second complaint was
This is what's been going on. We have pictures to show you what's been going on.
You have
This is
to,
the first,
you have to, you have to get closer to the mic.
these are the things that have been going on. We have pictures. There's a lot more that's been going on, but we have pictures.
Are you still talking about the Wells Fargo?
Wells Fargo.
I can tell you this. At the direction of the mayor, I had 2 meetings with the chief of police.
Okay.
And I met with Officer Coviello, who's in charge of our traffic bureau. I asked Patrolman Coviello to go to the site to report to me what activity is going on about excessive truck traffic and parking on the streets, overflow park. And he provided me with a very concise report. I'm in the process of reviewing the planning board resolutions that approve the project to see if they are in compliance with those resolutions or not. Lastly, I went down to your neighborhood. Very nice, neat, clean homes, nicely manicured. There's the Wells Fargo building property, which is there for quite a long time. But I saw a tremendous amount of parking on the curb around the property. So I made observation to familiarize myself with it. Patrolman Coviello, in charge of traffic division at the direction of the chief, went down, made a report, and I'm waiting for a copy of the resolution of the planning board activity to see if there's any violation or if they're in compliance. There's very little we can do if they're in compliance. If they're not in compliance, then there's some limited enforcement. I'm also advised by the management that there's a probability they will be relocating in April of next year because they've outgrown the space. There's no guarantee of that. I certainly, as an attorney, do not rely on what people say might happen. If I don't see it in writing, it doesn't exist. However, we are looking into it.
Okay, I just have one more suggestion if I may. Please come around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning. That's when the trucks come in, some of the trucks, and the beeping is excessive. And we wake you up, if you can't even keep your windows open.
I recognize the area is residential. Again, there's some industrial buildings. It's on the way down towards Northampton and such. So I know the area. There's some industrial buildings close to residential. And I can imagine at the middle of the night, that type of activity. It's the same thing that the clients of mine suffered in South Haggerty when FedEx expanded its depot. It was 24 hours a day of heavy truck traffic in their neighborhood. I do understand it. We're looking to see what, if anything, we could do to alleviate that situation.
One of the things we look into is the hours of operation, but everything's in
Yeah,
the resolution.
That's what I mean.
Excuse me, when you see this activity, do you call the police? 10 o'clock, between 10 and 2 in the morning?
If we haven't called till 2 o'clock, we told you about it at the other meetings, but we have not called the police at 2 o'clock.
Definitely call.
Mayor,
Call.
my discussion with the police were if we could find something in the resolution that they see a violation, then we have some basis. But operating a business that has a certificate of occupancy lawfully, the police can't just go in and write tickets for things. Mr. Montalini, that resolution might
Having hours of operation.
it might reveal something. And it might, apropos to the discussion we were having with Ms. Criollo, event coordination.
If there is nothing in the resolution, is there anything that we're able to?
Yes.
Yeah.
For the health department, we should have some kind of ordinance too, if it's affecting your sleep.
I would say this, if it's not in the resolution, it is more difficult now. But we can be persistent within the parameters of the law if there's a health business.
I have one more thing to say. The hours of operation are 24/7.
No, we're talking about when they got the approval to establish their business, if the approval limited their hours of operation, that would give me the basis to seek enforcement and the police. If it's not in the resolution, we don't have any 24-hour restriction to our own ordinances. Like the dining room, it's allowed to be able to do that. We do not have a restriction against 24-hour operation per se. We have dining rooms that are open 24 hours.
They would have been approved for 24 hours. It would have had been approved. So if it is a 24-hour operation, it should definitely be in that resolution.
One of the complaints I have is there's a sign on the side of their building.
Want to read it? It says, park at your own risk, not responsible for damage or theft, removals, or removal of contents. This is on the
Okay.
market.
Right.
I got pictures here of all the cars that park against their building and towards the curb, on this, in their parking lot, and towards the curb of the building where a fire truck cannot go through. They do not have parking lines on that area. I think it's a violation.
Mr. Majeski, Mr. Mishinsky? Mr. Mishinsky,
Yes.
that's a very good point. I don't know if they have striping or not, or a fire lane and they violate it. So that's a point that I could explore with the fire prevention official. Is that what you're contending? That they are parking, and they are parking zone with fire?
That would be in the resolution as well, correct?
Yes, but also the, want to be fire,
Sure.
and striping, right?
Sure.
That may be an issue to look into.
I counted minimum 28 trucks on a Sunday, plus whatever is in the building. The maximum, I counted 32 trucks. That's without their Sunday when they do work, but there's very few trucks going out on Sunday. There's all these parking spaces for the people that work there. They park on the street. I got a two-family house. I got a driveway. But when my son comes twice a week, gives me a hand with stuff I can't do myself, I pull my truck out on the street in front of the house when I can get a parking space. All right. Now, this was last week, 2 weeks ago. All right. My son is in the driveway, my wife's car is behind him, so she wants to be able to get out. So we're going to take one truck out. So we're going to take my truck that's on the curb. All right. My son is in his truck on the sidewalk, going to pull out. I'm backed up, he's going to take my parking space. Guess what? One of the workers in Lyndhurst says, I'm backing out of my parking space, she pulled in.
So
And I complained to her, and she said, well, I'm sorry, and she walked across the street.
Do understand.
This is what we put up with constantly. I'm in my house, there 50, little over 50 years. I'm tired, and there isn't a neighbor in the area that's got any use for Lyndhurst so far. Okay? Okay, I got pictures, if you want to see, there's other things where the shredder is double parked, and they can take the stuff out and shred it.
You can hand me your photos.
Where the tow truck dock, the dumpster was. Yes.
I see in your hands, is that the report from the police? Okay. I cannot take care of it all tonight, but I hope that you feel that I've been instructed to look into it, and I've been undertaking that research.
Thank you very much.
if I have to go further, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna live in that house till throw dirt over my face when I'm dead.